Stormguard.
Yeah, so deedub's obviously going to get their first mulligan. Oh, we're not there yet.
All right, looking at hand here, we're going to look at deedub's Rakano hand here first, and then we've got Stormguard up at the top. So I'm going to tell the players that they are good to go, and we'll get started. I'm not sure about this starting hand here for deedub. We've seen lots of mulligans, but...
Yeah, I imagine deedub will get rid of this hand because it does absolutely nothing. So... that hand's going to go away. So we'll see a new hand, and we'll see what this one is. This hand's looking a lot better.
A lot better.
It's not perfect, but few hands are perfect. If that Shugo standard was a fire sigil, this hand would be gas. You could play turn 1 cautious into turn 2 plate grafter, and then just have a 3/2 on turn 2 that can attack.
And then on Stormguard's side, we've got 4 power, a time etchings, and an all head ascending.
Did Stormguard just get? On your screen, you might want to respectate. Stormguard's hand cam is bugged on your screen when you spec the. It looks like he's got 20 cards in hand on your screen.
Yeah, we've seen that come up the other day. So that is one thing. Don't necessarily look at the top of the screen on the in game. That is not what's in his hand. So you can look at the hand cam, but Stormguard did not start the game with 20 cards in hand.
I was like, I didn't know we had that many cards with Echo and Expedition.
Yeah, exactly. All right, pretty aggressive start here for deedub. They've got a Cautious Traveler 3/2, and they've got a 5/5 Barricade Basher out there. Of course, had to discard a card, but when you get a 5/5 body for that, and you're the aggressor, might be fine.
It's a very aggressive card. You know, it has a pretty big downside in a deck like this that's not utilizing the voids to much effect, but you know, Stormguard has Senate Agent, has I believe Desert Alchemist, so Stormguard has some ways to take care of a big 5/5 body. But if Stormguard, you know, doesn't have, sometimes they don't have it. You know, you just make them have it every time.
And this is one way to beat Speaking Circle decks. Just pound them with 5/5s before they die, before they have a chance to stabilize with it. Because as you said, you know, even if you do get to 6, if you're dead on the next turn, and we've seen this come up tonight, if you're dead on the next turn, spending 6 to say your Speaking Circle and hope for a board clear doesn't actually work either. So if you can put on that pressure and kill them fast enough, then that might work. We'll see if it works here for deedub.
So hopefully deedub has some sort of unit in their market for the plate grafter. Or just the second plate grafter. You can buff one with the other. But they do like Sharp Tactician, which, you know, Sharp Tactician is a very powerful card, especially if you give it endurance, because you can make it a big ol' 8/8 endurance or whatever, what have you.
All right, Laser Blast here is going to take care of the blocker.
A real heads-up play, you know, always killing the power dorks, making sure that they stay dead. And just putting the aggression on, not using plate grafter right now, making sure to just get that extra 2/2 on board to get that extra damage in, because
interesting. Now Stormguard did have a Send an Agent there, and they had 2 power open, but they did not cast that end of turn.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's because deedub's units are so understated that Stormguard's like, I don't want to spend my Send an Agent on this.
I can't waste a card taking care of a 2/2.
So deedub he's using the power tech on that right now. So the Stormguard has Curtain Call. No, it doesn't Curtain Call. So
nope. All right, now we're gonna see that Send an Agent. That's gonna take care of one of the 2/2s, but still coming in for 5.
Not the 3/2, oddly.
Not the 3/2.
I guess you can go to the market twice, but that's so expensive.
All right, Ancient Defense is off the top for deedub.
It's not a bad draw.
And we've got the Giant Ambush coming in here. Let's see if this is going to be enough for Stormguard to stabilize. Going to eat 1 unit, go down to 6.
You play 2 defenses, and then I mean, now as long as Stormguard doesn't gain life with, you know, Curtain Call, deedub just needs to draw one of their many pump burn spells. So Stormguard, I mean, deedub just basically won't ever concede because they have no reason to. They can just keep top decking until Stormguard gains any amount of life.
Well, Stormguard does have Honoris Roa in hand, so amplifying that will be able to gain some health back.
Yeah, right here we can gain 5.
That is not what deedub wants to see here. Gonna put Stormguard back up to 8, and now Stormguard can start turning the corner and say, well, now I'm attacking with my 7/7. Oh! 1 turn too late. Groundbreaker.
1 turn too late. Oh,
brutal.
Oh, tragedy.
Brutal. The player cannot gain life. The turn after Stormguard draws their 5.
Oh. I felt that, deedub. If you're watching this someday in the future, deedub, I felt that for you.
Oof.
But Stormguard didn't attack though, which is good for deedub. Because the thing is, deedub still has some outs. deedub can just draw power into one power into Pyrotech Explosion, and that will also kill Stormguard.
Stormguard just gonna draw some cards here. They've got a Swirl of the Sands, a Desert Alchemist, and a Trailmaker in hand, so not a ton of gas. Down to 3, not the 10 cards that it looks like there. Down to 3 cards in hand.
You think that Stormguard might have swirled the Sands end of turn to get rid of this Ancient Defenses or something? Because what else are they doing with it?
Uh-oh.
Shugo Standard.
Oh,
it doesn't have double damage though. Oh. Wow, that's...
Is Groundbreaker almost being the best card right now, but not quite.
It's so close. But now if Stormguard ever attacks,
yeah,
Stormguard does just die, right?
Oh no! I mean, I guess he fired off here.
The top. Oh, brutal! deedub, I feel for you. I feel for you, friend. I guess I'm glad.
Just barely missing out on this win here right now. Can they? But they're not out of it yet. But so many chances, just barely. Things not falling into place yet. All right, here comes an Owlhead Ascending. Stormguard definitely turning the corner.
I guess I'm okay with my Storm namesake, doing good things. Gotta root for Stormkind.
In the chat, they were asking if you were separated at birth.
Stormkind will unite. But deedub still can win off the top right here. Pyrotech Explosion off the top does win the game straight up, as long as they can't gain life. So, deedub still has an out even, surprisingly.
Let's see. Attacking units have decay. +2/+2 overwhelm. Stormguard going for the win here. I don't think it's enough damage. What can they can flash in a Desert Alchemist. That'll pump.
You can't flash in units on your attack?
Oh, you can't.
That's not how ambush works?
Yep, that's right. You can't ambush. That's correct. You can't ambush units mid-attack.
It's not flash. It's a different mechanic.
Okay.
Is that lethal?
Temple Tactic will bounce the blocker. That overwhelm will go through. That'll be exactly lethal. Wow, good math there by Stormguard. Well played.
So for those of you in chat, you can probably guess what I'm referencing right now. That was a very you-know-what kind of maneuver going on there.
Wow, that was quite the game there. So it looked like deedub was going to have it, but chips didn't quite fall the way they needed, and then Stormguard turning it around, counting the exact math, getting exactly what they needed, spending some turns, drawing their card, pumping their giant, and hitting for exactly lethal there. Well played by both competitors there. That was quite the game. All right, we're going to go down to game 2 here. So deedub's got a hand of 2 power, Bastion Gatekeeper, Draft All-Star, Ancient Defenses, Auto Tread, Builder's Decree, and a Plate Grafter. I love seeing these cards that I take in draft showing up in these competitive
I know.
The combo of Bastion Gatekeeper and Plate Grafter, I'm like, I know these cards.
This hand looks like it's like 5 draft cards.
Another Gatekeeper. Man, this is such a good draft deck.
I know. Look at deedub Draft is the best draft deck I've ever seen in this format.
Stormguard with a Speed Grafter here, going to hit for 2 charge.
Getting a little speedy on the aggression here. We'll see if he probably will have to slow down his speedometer slightly, because deedub is usually the aggressor in this matchup.
deedub going to plunder away to get actually the 4th power. They had drawn the 3rd for the turn there, but they're going to play the 4th and then draw a 5th power off the top here.
So Stormguard has a pause, which if you're deedub could mean curtain call, or it could just mean set an agent,
or swirl.
Wow, they are going for the swirl and the ancient defenses right there.
Or the Desert Alchemist that they also have in hand. So lots of...
Well, you can't Desert Alchemist in response to ancient defenses, though. And here's the Timekeeper that I said was a 4/4 bigger. That is one swirly big boy.
All right, so Stormguard going to play out the Twin Spitling with a 4/4 here.
Thing is, you can't even Bastion Gatekeeper past it, because if you want a Bastion Gatekeeper to attack into the 4/4 and be like, oh, I'm going to make it a 6/2 to attack into it, well, then they just block with their 1/1 deadly. So it's a deadly combination, you could say.
All right, time matchings here. For Stormguard, going to go with another Twin Spitling here. There are 5/5s coming along there.
Oof. Just oof.
Make that 6/2, but yeah, we're just gonna trade with our 1/1 deadly here. That is unfortunate trade there for deedub. Follow up with a Plate Grafter, but too little, too late. Now Stormguard's already got a pair of 5/5s out here.
Yeah, and the 5/5s just keep growing. They're not gonna stop.
I love how deedub's or Stormguard's even attacking with the 1/1, saying, you know, I'm the aggressor. I don't even need to block.
Yeah, that's the thing is you know, you in the who's the beatdown kind of thinking. Just because in the matchup you are generally, you know, on the back foot until the end, you can shift gears whenever you need to, and recognizing that is the sign of a good player. Because if you just wait long enough, you might give the opponent time to come back into it. So push the advantage when you have the chance.
That's a very good point. Stormguard holding up all their power this turn is going to blank that Vanquish from deedub, and then follow it up with a Temple Tactic. That's just a brutal turn there for deedub. Units get deadly and overwhelm. And that
was the word of power I was talking about.
Yeah,
that was a real skull apex maneuver right there.